Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring you examples of Black men who have successfully relocated out of the United States. And this gentleman, my man Haji, has been, how long you been out of the country, bro?
2017, right? But because I was in the military, most of my time I spent out of the country in the military as well. So in it though,
okay,
been like 2015.
Okay, and so you've been you had a successful career in the Navy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And while you were in the Navy, did you think about relocating out of the United States?
No, I didn't know how. I didn't know how I was gonna be treated once I started traveling around the world. But I was treated really well, and I didn't even understand how I was getting all this kind of love. You know what I mean, around the world or whatever. But I liked it, but I didn't think about living outside the country until after I got out the military. I was like, I think there's more going on outside of the United States than inside the United States.
Sure.
So,
okay,
I just left.
All right, and you have a unique sense. Your family has a unique experience because your mother has been here in Playa, correct?
Yeah, most of my family don't know I'm even out the military, and they don't know what I'm doing, and they was like, they don't know how I'm living, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm in Mexico. They was like, do they have like stores? I'm like, yeah, I live next to a Walmart, you know what I mean? Yeah, my mom came for like a 2-week vacation, and now she's been out here for about a good year now, just loving everything out here. You know what I mean?
And we're not trying to put mom on the spot, but how old is mom?
72.
72, ladies and gentlemen. And she had never lived outside the United States?
No.
So we didn't talk about this. I'm not making it up. His mom has been here and has enjoyed the experience. And so, this is why I want to bring you these type of interviews, because I want you to see successful Black people. Not only they've been successful being down here, they're just successful in general, okay? So, Haji, what in your travels and overseas, is there one particular country that you liked more than another, or that you would tell other Black Americans to look into?
I'm a big Asia guy. I love Asia.
Okay.
In the military, I kind of became, because I got exposed to so much cultures and I was just fascinated by it, I ended up becoming like a historian. So like I love the history of Asia pertaining to Black people. You know what I mean?
Listen what he's saying now. Go ahead.
So when I went to Thailand, I don't know, it was like 2017 or something like that, 2019 something. And I got to Chiang Mai, and then 3 old ladies started rubbing on my skin and told me I looked like Buddha. And this kept happening to me. And the third time I said, I was like, y'all keep telling me I look like this, man. Y'all show me what my cousin looked like. So they bust out laughing. And then they took me to the oldest temple in Chiang Mai. It was of a Black man. And then I started teaching, I learned the Black history of Thailand. And I became a tour guide explaining like the Black history of Thailand. You know what I mean? So I usually get people to watch this documentary called The Black Gods of Asia.
Okay.
On YouTube, real quick, very straight to the point. But it talks about the Black cultures that lived in Thailand before it started looking the way it looks now. And I followed that. I followed the Thailand culture all the way back from the beginning, like the Buddhist culture and all that. I followed that all the way back to like its original points, and I end up enjoy doing that stuff as just a hobby, so I can go to Cambodia, which is one of my other favorite places. I love the people, the history, the Black history there in Cambodia is crazy. In Angkor Wat. So Asia is probably my go-to. And I like, inexpensive massages.
Sure, I got you.
I pay $5-10 for a good massage. They do, shout out to them people. They hold it down. They look out for you.
So you just heard it now. You don't hear very many people talking about the Black history of some of these countries in South America. And he talks so highly about Cambodia that's going to be a trip that I'm making within the next 12 months, because I'm fascinated by the history that's present there. If there was a veteran that was on the fence about relocating, what would you tell them? Or would you encourage them to relocate? What would you tell them?
Yeah, well, anytime we move somewhere, there's no perfect place. It's just trade-offs. You know what I mean?
Great
So
point.
like, it's like if you want to live better, cheaper, with better food, and not have anxiety about being in America. If you have anxiety at all about being in America, then I would find a place that you feel comfortable in. You know what I mean? Like, um, there's places all over the world that there's no anxiety when you're there. Like, the people love you, the people deal with you, and everybody's cool, respectful, it's safe, food is good. So yeah, some people are just attached to the country. You know,
Sure.
they
Sure.
and it's hard to leave their comfort zones and all that. So
Okay.
yeah.
What has been your experience here in Mexico and down here in Playa del Carmen? Have you enjoyed it? Have you?
Yeah, I came down here to visit a friend for like a couple weeks, and now it's been like 4 years.
Everybody has that same story, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think community is one of the reasons why I end up staying longer in places than others. And I always try to connect with. There's Black communities all over the globe.
That's right.
And
That's
when
right.
I touch down somewhere, first thing I do is, I tap in and see, where the fellas at, where the sisters at, show my face, say hello, you know what I mean? And then they give me game, like, this is the best places to stay.
Sure.
This is cost efficient. Go to these grocery stores. Oh, like, current events of the land. Yeah.
And so one of the things that we talk about in Next Chapter Forward is going to join those Facebook groups in those particular countries that you're interested in. Okay, is that something that you did, or because I know you're a big YouTube guy, you do a lot of researches.
Yeah.
How were you able to find these Black communities?
Tinder,
Okay.
Facebook, uh, uh, like just going to certain events and just kind of networking.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go to the park and try to exercise, and then I'll meet people there, and I'm just I'm doing a lot of social events and just meeting people.
Okay.
For the most part, meeting people at the gym, meeting people at the basketball court. I like to watch the fellas play ball or whatever. So just quick way to meet the community. And in some communities are more developed than others. As far as some communities, they out here renting places and have karaoke's and nightlives, and they got spades night, and they have like big dinners where it's like 30 to 50 people all go eat in one restaurant.
Wow.
On Sundays or whatever day they decide. So like, people are real clicked up, so it's very easy to find your tribe as you travel. And this was why my mom liked this place a lot, because there was just a good community around her age group that do the things she likes, and I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? I said, "Oh, you'll like it here." But most places I go have this. There's not too many places I've been that you can't find your tribe. I find my tribe here, and I'm not hanging around her people. You know what I mean?
Right. You totally different group.
Yeah, totally different group. But seems like there's a mass exodus of Black people just leaving anyway.
Sure.
And it's been like trickle, and eventually it might be. Hopefully, it's a flood until America get their act together. I don't know what these boys doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who does?
Who know what they doing?
Right.
So, higher than my pay grade. So I just recommend everybody get out the way. Let America do America and try to get out the way as much as possible.
So for the brothers who are single and they're looking at going different places, what would you tell them how we're received in some of the different countries that you've been in from a romantic standpoint? How do the women view us?
A lot of them are curious, and that's fine. I'd rather them be curious than not curious.
Right. Right.
in every culture that every country I've been to, there's at least a certain amount of women that are attracted to black men. This is a dub. I've never been to a country that everybody was not dealing with black men. So people ought to deal with you or not, just like in America, they ought to deal with you or not.
Sure.
But the good thing is there's not a lot of us here. So like, there's not a lot of competition. If there's a competition, like I might be the only black dude they've run into for the next 2 months or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I kind of like these odds, or I like I like dating. So
Okay.
It's
So Haji has been to some of the places that are now starting to become popular with people talking about relocation, like Paraguay. You were over in Tanzania.
I was in Tanzania.
You've mentioned Southeast Asia. So some of these areas, if you had a homeboy who was coming out of the military, would you suggest that they look at places like Paraguay or Tanzania or South Africa maybe? Would you suggest that?
Yeah, I would, because it all depends on what you're willing to trade off for.
Right.
I'd rather, if you need to be in a country where they speak English, there's South Africa, and then there's other places, Belize and stuff like that. If the language thing is not going to bother you, then like Paraguay and these other places, and they're starting to get more popular. So within 5 years, a lot of these places are probably going to be full, or a lot of people going to be there. So
almost like what Thailand's becoming in terms of a lot of Americans going there.
Thailand, Cambodia, like all these places where they kind of tired of foreigners or something. Once something gets too popular, and then there's the rush, and then the locals get mad at you, and the knuckleheads come to the cities and all that, and just pissing everybody off. So I try to avoid the rush or where the crowds are. Like, I'm cool where everybody's not, kind of thing. And I'm an explorer. I like to go travel to places that are kind of hard to get to.
So, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like, one of the reasons why I love our group here in Playa del Carmen so much, because I learned from these brothers. I learned from Haji. I learned from some of these other guys. Haji went down to Argentina, and y'all know me. Racist white folks. That's the Antichrist to me. But explain to our audience your experience in Argentina.
Well, I went to Argentina for like 2 months, and everybody was extremely nice. I didn't get any kind of heckling or name calling. People were going out their way for me, and I don't even know if they know people feel a way about them as a people. But I had bad situations in Argentina, and it had nothing to do with the people, and the people were just helping me out, and I'm like good looking, and people let me use their hotspot, stuff like that. Just I'm cool with the Argentinians out here in Mexico. They be looking out for me. Yeah, so I just think there's knuckleheads in every culture or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you'll find them in everywhere we go. I don't think they're not. There's not enough black people in Argentina for them to just be racist. I would go weeks without seeing no black people. So it's not like they're just holding grudges for black people when they don't see black people every day. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of weird.
Sure.
There's no black people in Argentina. They are, but you can go weeks without seeing any. I did.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, there go,
right.
Keep count type thing.
Sure.
So, same thing with Paraguay. But as time goes on, these names keep popping up, and then like when I first got there wasn't, I didn't see any, but towards the end, I started seeing brothers pop up, because there's just a mass migration. Everybody's looking for
the next place,
the next stamp, the next place to get out the way of whatever, you know what I mean? So, and it's not just Americans. Globally, everybody's
moving around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
a lot of stuff going on, man.
So, yeah.
But so guys, this is why in next chapter forward, I try to get people to go where there are Black established communities. But Haji's experience in Argentina has opened my eyes up because I was really being blanketed, not racist because I can't control anything in their lives, but discriminatory. And since Haji's experience and him coming back here and sharing your experience with me, I've had a different view because in Playa del Carmen alone, there are 30,000 Argentinians. Okay, there are 25,000 Italians. There's a lot of different people here. And so to put a blanket feeling or statement on one group of people is something that Black people don't like, but yet I was messing around doing the exact same thing. So Haji's experience has really opened my eyes up to be like, you know what? Let me check myself and blanket statement a whole group of people without really knowing. So
Yeah, we try not, try not to do it. You know what I mean? We're human, but Argentinians ain't never done nothing to me personally.
sure.
Um, and I try to just judge everybody like that because I'm in everybody's country. You know what I mean? I'm a guest. I treat myself like a guest in people's country, and I usually do fine because as a guest, I'm about to respect their culture, their women, their how they do things,
Sure.
and usually people let you make it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What would be, as we wrap up with my brother Haji here, next chapter forward, Haji is a Navy veteran, and can I say you're retired?
I'm not really retired.
Not retired, just the next phase. Okay. Haji, what would you, if you were to give two key aspects for a successful relocation for Black men, what would you share with our audience?
I would say if you can find somewhere, if you can learn another language, learn another language. If you want to stay by the water, it's gonna cost you extra. If you want to go somewhere there's a beach, or you're gonna pay beach prices. So if you're not a beach person, then why pay extra hundreds of dollars a month to be
Great
by
point.
a beach if you don't even care about water like that?
Great point.
You know what I mean? Go where you liked. What else? What else is a good one?
Well, while you're thinking about that, let me ask you this. What made your mom's transition? Because as a 70-year-old Black woman, not having been outside the United States, that's a big move. What was her key to her success, you think?
The community.
You did mention that earlier.
The community. I mean, she wanted to be by the water.
Which, that's the Caribbean Ocean, by the way. We didn't say that, but that's the Caribbean Ocean. But go ahead.
Well, she wanted to be by the water, and she just wanted to be in a community. You know what I mean? That gives her something to do. Like 7 days a week, if she wants to, she can go out and do whatever she wants to do. Also, if it's a walkable city, that's good. We don't need cars. You don't really need a lot of bills.
That's
You don't need storage and nothing. Like a minimalist lifestyle, you still live a great life for affordable price and all that. In the military, I kind of learned how to live a minimalist lifestyle, because you're just traveling with your bag, you know what I mean?
That's
so you
right.
realize you don't need a lot of stuff, especially, luggage prices is a lot. So you out here trying to carry your whole life, it's going to cost you,
That part.
It's going to cost you. You don't want the problem. So, yeah, I spend most of my money on memories, you know what I mean?
Dude, that's a bar right there. So as we wrap up, anything else you want to share with everybody?
No, I hope people, well, yeah, I hope people just travel, learn the history of the land, make sure we're respectful to the people, you know what I mean? Because then they'll want us there, and they'll appreciate us being there, and hang out with the locals, or if you see the locals, I like to go to the basketball court and hang out with the local men up there, and talk noise or whatever like that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, just get out and be good people, man, and most people will embrace you. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's the point to stop this interview on. Haji, appreciate you, brother.
Is there?
My man. Hey, tune in for more interviews like this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring you guys the information that you need to answer the questions that you may have about relocating to paradise. Guys, we're in paradise. Let me show you where Haji's living, okay? That's the ocean back there. Look at this. That's the basketball courts. That's the track that I'm on every morning. You guys have seen me over here. Haji's right across the street, guys. The ocean is what, 3 to 4 blocks that way, Haji?
Yeah. It's like 3 blocks.
You all can have this for a fraction of what you're spending in the United States, okay? It's possible. I want to bring these interviews to you so that it can allay your fears. And I want you to really listen to some of the key gems that Haji shared. Learn the language. Be kind to people. Get into the community, because everyone outside the United States knows that we are kings.
Yeah, we're not the problem. We good. I'm treated really well. You know what I mean? Outside of America, I would say I'm treated better outside of America than inside of America. And I love America. You know, I love the people.
Yeah.
I love my military brothers and sisters and stuff like that. But like whatever, I just don't know what's going on. So I'd rather be somewhere more stable. That's not a lot geopolitics and weird stuff going on. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to avoid the whole thing. For sure.
So that's Haji. I'm point guard Stephen Bardo. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. We're going to have more bars and gems like this. For Haji, Stephen Bardo, till next time, holla, y'all.